Have you ever been walking through your neighborhood, come across those one or two pristine homes that you just like love to look at? The front yard is spectacular, immaculate, pristine curb appeal. Well, today we're gonna find out how you can have that at your home. I'm Kevin Wood with eXp Realty here in Kamloops, and today I'm gonna go talk to Colin, the CEO and president of Lyons Landscaping. He's gonna shed some light on how we can turn your place into that pristine version of itself. Come on in, let's go chat. I'm here with Colin Lyons, President and CEO?
Sure.
Yeah, of Lyons Landscaping. This guy's a beast. Started with one man and a lawnmower, now look at ya. This is pretty awesome.
Here we are today. Kevin, thanks for having me, man.
No problem. So I wanted to ask you a couple questions about, getting people's homes ready for springtime / summertime enjoyment. Like what kind of steps do you think we should be doing now that it's still winter, but we're real close to springtime?
It's fantastic we're doing this. So tomorrow's March 1. And it's like we got an extreme snowfall at the end here, which is like odd because it typically doesn't happen like this.
Yeah.
But, typically if you want to get something done in the spring, people know that landscapers have trouble like in the spring because it gets so busy.
Right.
Being a seasonal business, the transfer from snow, if they do snow, or into the spring business makes a real big challenge for your company. So getting in early is a real key step. Making those phone calls early, picking your contractor early, deciding on the workload or who you want to work with, more importantly, based on the relationship. And then it boils down to, what do I want to see out of my landscape? What do I want to see this year?
Exactly.
I want a low maintenance front yard. Do I want to arrive at home and just go, this is perfect for me?
That sounds good to me. I want to drive into my driveway, look at my house and go, this is awesome, and I didn't have to do a lot of work. Go in the backyard and enjoy some barbecue time or family time in the yard.
We as society, we've come through the changes, and now it's like we want more good, free, quality time now. And we battle with ourselves sometimes because we don't tend to do it fast enough.
Right.
But we hate it that we haven't done it, but we knew we wanted to do it. So we really joust with ourselves as human beings. So the really smart play is if you're going to invest in something, invest in yourself and your entertainment. So you know what? We've got inflation has crept up and some things have risen, costs of doing things more. We're finding more people are investing in their homes because they're going to stay home more. So it's like that staycation, build a back room, clean up the front yard and make it xeriscape, reducing your footprint financially, but also your time-wise, your footprint on how much time you got to spend doing stuff.
It can be a major difference, right? Like, if you have a xeriscape front yard and partial xeriscape backyard, that could save you hours a week.
Oh man, being in this business has really helped me graduate my thought process. And I remember when I started out, it's like when I arrive at home, I'm driving in my little car, whatever that is, that fancy car, living in the future, if you will. And I couldn't afford to do it back then. And now it's like, man, I can't wait to drive home and look at my front yard and go, boom. I don't have anything to do. I just pulled up the drive. I'm going to get out of my car. I'm going to go in the backyard and I'm going to have a nice cool one.
That's perfect.
So it's like that style of feeling. It's like, and it's first impressions. If you're going to sell your house, it's that first impression. It's like, what do you feel when you get there? Well, if you want that feeling of like relaxing and enjoyment, then making your front yard totally low maintenance and reducing how much time you've got to do, reducing your water use. Yeah. That's a really big thing these days.
For sure it is.
How much you got to spend on lawnmower gas? How much you got to spend on time going to get lawnmower gas? It's one thing after the other. So if you make your front yard xeriscaped and you invest in your property, when you do go to sell, you'll get that money back.
I was just going to say that. Like I obviously show a lot of homes and sell a lot of properties and that, but taking somebody to a space they haven't been to before, the comments often are like, oh, this yard looks amazing, and I don't have to do a lot to keep it looking that way. It seems like more of a shift away from acres of grass that you've got to maintain and all, like the weeding and the on and on and on, to creating a spot that you can just plug in and enjoy. Because you got a full long work week. Why do you want to come home and then work for another day just so you can enjoy that little bit on Sunday, right? You want to enjoy all the time.
Man, if you really want some grass, we got synthetic turf now. The world has changed. Like, there's so many things you can do to make your life easier and lower maintenance. The return on investment comes a little bit over time. But what you get right away is that time. So if you're focused on your business and you're focused on your life or your family and you really want to invest time into that, then make your landscape not be something that has to manage you all the time.
Right.
Because it manages you. When that grass gets long, you got to go cut it. When the grass goes brown, you got to water it. You know, everything needs pruning. You know, you got to clean all this stuff up. It's just make your life easier.
And even if you're going to sell a place, you know, like that first impression, people have got to remember, once you list your home, you're literally in competition with other people whose homes are listed at that time. So yeah, okay, walking through the front door and seeing this perfect interior is super high on the priority list, but arriving on the side of the street and seeing how this home presents, curb appeal, like that's where you guys come in, right?
Huge. You know, it's a massive thing that we go through. You know, the majority of our clients are women, and the majority of our clients that make the decisions on landscape are women. And us guys tend to be just like, it's fine. You just go in the backyard.
It's okay. As long as I got a beer, we're good, right?
It's truly not fine because it's that constant pick. You're going to get it later, man, at some point. But, you know, you're in that lineup. I don't know how many homes, 20 new homes were listed on Thursday last week alone in Kamloops.
Right.
20 new homes in one day. And this is going to be the trend for them maybe the next little bit. So how are you going to stand out?
Exactly.
You need to stand out. You can't have the old thing that just like, oh yeah, that's it. You have a really nice inside, but if you want that finishing touch to get your property over the hump at the price that you really want it to be, dressing up that front yard will always give you a positive return. Money matters it produces, it says that really great landscapes produce 6 to 7% more.
Yeah, I can see it. I mean, it's that appeal. It's one less thing somebody has to think about or do. You know, if you want that perfect look, do it in advance. Get that new owner. And plus, I mean, even if you're not selling, you can enjoy it, right? I mean, I know I've seen before I, put a lot of effort into our yard, we, you go for a walk through the neighborhood and there's always those few houses that jump out at you. Yeah. And it's, exterior yard maintenance and paint and just making the whole package look pristine. And I talk to people that are like, oh, I walk down the street and there's this one house. I'm like, that's the story, right? There's always this one house. I want it to be mine, Do it to yours.
It's like Kevin comes along and says, okay, you want to sell your house? You call Kevin up to come and sell the house, and he's going to tell you, okay, you got to do this, and this. And you're like, oh, I have to spend that money and do that? Yeah, if you want to get this out of it, you got to do these 5 or 6 or 7 things. Right. Why wait? Yeah. Why didn't you enjoy those things for a couple years? It's like we torture ourselves, or we deprive ourselves from having some nice things, some nice landscaping, a nice new bathroom, or a nice, facelift with some new paint. I mean, you clean up those simple little things and make your life a little bit more enjoyable because it is habitat. Our mind also likes to feel good about what we're doing and where we live and how we live and what we look like. We're always concerned about some of those things. We go to sell a house, it's like, I got to do all these things. Well, why don't you do these things over the next few years if you're even thinking about selling?
Totally. And then you get to enjoy it instead of doing it all in that last 6-month period so the next person gets to have this great place.
Yeah, you remove that financial hit.
Totally.
Man, I got to do these 5 things. That's going to cost me 40 grand to get an additional 80 grand out of my property. That 40 grand is a lot of money at that point in time. You spread it out, you make life a lot more enjoyable.
It's a great idea. I love it. Book now, book early.
Skip the line.
That's what you got to do. This guy gets busy. Let's rock and roll.
Yeah, our spring is lined up. We've been landscaping early this year. Of course, snow has kind of jerked us around a little bit here. But we started landscaping in January. So January and the beginning of February, we've been hitting a lot of work. So we have some great openings this spring, which is really beneficial because I hate saying no to people. And I know our team does too. Yeah. So we really try to help as many people as we can.
All right. How do we get in touch with you?
www.lyonslandscaping.com.
Perfect.
250-374-6942 for a great landscape call.
For a great landscape call. I'm going to put all that info in the description below. So don't hesitate. Book now, book early, get the job done, enjoy your home. So this is a different location within Lyons Landscaping. What I wanted to ask you though, like we talked a little bit about the services you guys do, xeriscaping and sprucing up exteriors. What other options do you have? Like, can I come in here if I want to do some myself? Can you help me out with that?
Yeah, so from the process of building your landscape, we design and build it. But then the other side that we have is our company's vertically integrated, which means that we do multiple things here.
Right.
So you're not stuck. If you want us to do some design for you, that's fantastic. But you want to build it yourself, that's fantastic too. So we take you over to the garden center side, and then we set you up with an account. We get you some discounts. We've got your design process to flow through, which means we've got your materials list, and you build at your pace.
Wow. So do you do like a site visit and kind of assess, or
If
do
you
I bring
want that.
photos in? Like,
If you want that, absolutely. We don't want to just let you off the hook and let you go. If you want us to be a part of your build, we'd love to be a part of it.
cool.
So if it's like, okay, we've got a nice, beautiful design done, how are we going to do that now? Well, let's take 2 years based on budget, what we can do. Do what you can do. Get started is the most important thing.
Right. So get a list of like, first, second, third, pick away at it. It's going to look better each step of the way until you're
What's
completed.
most important? Let's do some heavy lifting in the beginning. Do you want to get your landscape enjoyable this year? So do you want to do that outside patio in the corner? Is it important to spend some money where you're actually going to really get more value out of it? Is it that front yard xeriscape so you have less time commitment, saving you water, saving you money, reducing that footprint? So we help you work through that process. And then you come in and you get the discounts and you build your landscape.
And you have all the materials here. I can come and
pick what you want. You can actually see what kind of topsoil you want to have.
Right.
Because everybody says they got topsoil, and it's bullshit. It's like, it's crap out there. You actually want to see it before a landscaper installs it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because what are you getting? Is it tested?
Yeah.
Some simple things like that. Pick your plants that you want, pick your topsoil that you want, the mulches, the shales, all of that jazz.
Yeah, I do. I mean, I put some of the crushed shale in parts of my backyard, and being able to go, through the bulk area and actually see, I come in here, I had no idea what I wanted to put down. If you see, 10 different options, it's like, I like that. That works well.
Yeah.
So, and then you guys can actually help guide that whole process of, what's going to actually look good side by side and in your space.
Absolutely. So you get a design, you come and build the landscape yourself, but you also get those pro tips. And the pro tips help you make life easier. How to 100%. Install it, what first, what's second, what's third, where should I begin?
Yeah.
We make that process a lot more seamless.
How to make that tree not fall over in six months.
We hope not.
Hope not. I love it.
Absolutely.
That's great. So you mentioned him earlier, kind of doing some renos on the garden center too. What do you want to show me a bit about that, or talk about that?
We can. So absolutely, we've done a remodel and a remake of the inside, so it's quite fun. Our team has been doing, Kathy and Karina have been doing a great job over there.
Cool.
Making over the garden center. The tills, the cashiers have moved. Some things are going to move, so they're going for a new feel where hopefully the traffic flows a little bit better. Our focus is your experience.
Nice.
So we're really trying to streamline and make that experience a lot better.
I know we were just in there a minute ago, and I can see some products have changed a little bit, and it's like, can really visualize putting those items in my home or outside of my home and sprucing it up. So I had an amazing chat with Colin over at Lyons Landscaping. Thank you guys very much for watching, and thank you to the staff over at Lyons. You guys have been so awesome and really accommodating with us going through and making this little video. For you watching, definitely take advantage of the get in there, book your appointments, get scheduled. Take advantage of it, get in there early. All right, thank you again for watching. I'm Kevin Wood with eXp Realty. Have an awesome day.